Hello, my name is Lori Sparrow, and I'm a First Nation Forestry Agreement Specialist. And I would just like to assure my community members that this is the exact certainty our nation needs to create revenue for our people, the land title and ownership of our land and resources brings us certainty to economic development. We live in a high technology world, and we need to be able to keep up. And I believe that this treaty agreement will help us do that for ourselves. We need to show our children and teach our children to adapt and to evolve with modern society so that they don't get left behind. And also because of the cost of living is only going to get higher. Signing this final agreement is truly something to celebrate. Thank you.
Good evening. Good day. It's great to be here on the traditional territory of the Tla'amin First Nation. I'd like to bring greetings to the City of Powell River, Council, and all your neighbors and friends. As many as you know, City of Powell River, under the leadership of Stuart Alsgaard, the past mayor, and then carried on by myself and our council, have worked very closely and are very proud of our relationship with Tla'amin. We are true partners, we are true friends, and today is just an example of the unity where we all come together and ask the Creator, ask one another to join and wish nothing but the best for our neighbors, our friends, and our partners. To Roy and the team, I've been there for many, many years watching you all work hard. To Clint and Council, it's not always easy, we know that. We don't all agree with how it turned out. But my prayer today is that together we all come as a Tla'amin Nation and as a community of Powell River and Regional District and move forward and enjoy this great day. Imut.
Vasiyam Yasiya, Tala High Trap, to heal up in the squalor, you can see to Tetal, not well, to Hoffness Kana, to see three, Lamat Telem, to see me, to Tetal Swallop, Tala High Trap. I want to say congratulations. I'm from Chemanis, Shell Beach. I come here with great joy in my heart for the ceremony and accomplishments that I witnessed today. I also come here with a sore, my shins are sore. Sometimes you guys are described as the shin hackers. Well, I'm just happy to be here with you. Great gratitude for the invitation. Hi, Chap, Vasiyam Nasiyaya. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Shelly Taylor, and my granddaughter has been bugging me all morning to come up here and say a few things. You know, first of all, I've heard all of you speak up here, talking about our ancestors, our forefathers, but I never heard anybody pray for them. And I'm going to say a prayer. My grandfather, grandmother. The Lord is my shepherd. In my language, okay, I think this is smart.
There's Curtin's Clyde. What's no much from Gay Amen? There's a podcast. There was Arjun, Ukam Arjunish. That's some good concept. That's why. That's shit, it was none of them. What's no much from Gay Amen? There's a podcast. Well, what them sauce are going? Talking to sneak, that's it. That's some sauceless sauce. A called kwas. Called righteousness. The hodger does. Hodger does. In our sales, same day. There's good one in Chim. Hodgerson. Up to each spot. Jezus Costa. Daar is een tanto het stoten jasla. Daar is iets. Gaat het koopbaar, chicha. Hoe kan je het pacha doen? Ik zeg het. Next een kafstaan was en dus die aaien ik zeg het. Goed ook zo. Ik snap. That was the Lord is my shepherd. And I think everybody knows that prayer, so I don't have to translate it into English. Okay. And here's my granddaughter's been wanted to say something all day.
Hi there. I'd like to introduce my daughter, Takaya Blaney. She's a representative of URI. She's a youth ambassador to the United Nations for the environment. And she is a very strong world spokesperson, and she would like to say a few words.
Hi, my name is Takaya Blaney, and my ancestral name is Jegajimuk, which was given to me by my grandfather. I'm 13 years old, and I am proud to say that I come from the Tla'amin Nation. And I wasn't going to say anything today, but as a UN ambassador that is voicing indigenous rights that are undermined through unsustainable development, and as a person who is compassionate about their lands and the next generation and their culture, I cannot sit idly by and watch cultural genocide and the Tla'amin Nation submitting and signing themselves away to this cultural genocide and signing away the rights to jurisdiction over their lands and territory, which was recognized in the Royal Proclamation of 1763. It was recognized in that proclamation that all lands belong to the indigenous people, and we are entitled to our lands, and we can make decisions about our lands, and we have that right unless a treaty has been signed. The loss of the rights to jurisdict our lands, which is the loss of the rights that this loss in those rights will come from the signing of this treaty. It will not only put at risk our lands, but also our culture, which is so closely connected to our lands, and our youth, and the next generation of the Tla'amin Nation, and the future carriers of the Tla'amin culture who depend on that culture. Today I am representative of the Tla'amin Elders Against Treaty, and I am also representative of Indigenous rights and the Tla'amin Indigenous rights that will be undermined through this treaty. And I would like to read a document that was made with the words of our elders. We, the Tla'amin elders and families, declare that the Tla'amin Final Agreement should not be ratified by the federal government today, March 15, 2014. The Tla'amin Final Agreement has violated the 2007 United Nations Declaration of Indigenous Rights Protocol of free, prior, and informed consent. In the Supreme Court of British Columbia, Judge Savage and Judge Liu heard these violations, and they ruled that the Enrollment Appeal Committee must first meet to address the names disputed on the enrollment list in June 2012 by a group of Tla'amin elders. In September 2013, the newly formed Enrollment Appeal Board, instead of addressing all of these Tla'amin elders, sent a letter to only one of the elders, Robert Blaney. This letter contained pages of rules chapters and recommended that the elders get legal advice. The Enrollment Appeal Board has violated the UN mandate of free, prior, and informed consent. The Tla'amin elders were never properly informed about the new rules, and an appeal should be free. Furthermore, the voter enrollment list of eligible voters described in the final agreement obviously does not take effect until after the effective date of April 15, 2016. Therefore, voting procedures prior to the date should follow Indian Act procedures. And in light of these violations, we, the Tla'amin elders and families, declare that the Tla'amin final agreement should not be ratified by the federal government today, March 15, 2014. And I will be bringing this letter to the United Nations in light of the human rights violations and corruption that has taken place with this illegal treaty between Tla'amin and the government. Thank you.